Up, the lady leads us to green for the first time in 2025 for the factory stocks, and we're underway and under the gun as they hustle down the front boulevard into turn number 1.
It'll be Josh Jackson. He'll get the jump around the outside there in that 39C. Shelby Ward will fall into second, and here comes Robert Woodard. Started fourth. Now he looks to the inside of Shelby, trying to go 4-2 on the opening lap in the 14.
A couple years ago, Josh Jackson got a big-time win here with the Arkansas factory stocks. He rolls to the race lead at 39C out front. The pair of Arkansas factory stocks certainly digging right now. A lot of stick and dig in the racetrack. A lot of moisture in it here early on in the program, and I believe it's paying dividends for these Arkansas-style factory stocks here as there's a mixture of them along with the USRA factory stocks. And right now, David, we got a battle brewing here for the race lead. 39 trying to hold off 14. Here comes Woodard.
Yeah, Josh Jackson, Robert Woodard, no stranger to each other. They've raced a lot of races together across the state of Arkansas in those Arkansas factory stocks. They're looking to stretch it out right now over Afton Wrinkle. She's trying to get under Shelby Ward. Battle of the ladies back there for the third and fourth spot with Ward pushing up the track. Afton going to look to the inside and makes the pass to third.
All the while back up front, it's hitting up for the race lead for the first time tonight at 67. Rolling off a 2 down the back straightaway. Jackson opened up the door for the 14C of Woodard. Woodard looked to walk through the threshold, couldn't get the job done. The roll back in the turn number 3 this time, and off of 4. Woodard able to keep that 14 car pinned right around the bottom. 39 continues to open up the door for 5 in, 5 laps to go in this one, and you got a hell of a battle for the top spot.
Here comes Joe Henry Williams, started all the way back there in that last row on the outside. Now he's looking to the inside of Wrinkle for the third spot, but we've got a lead change up at the front as Woodard throws the slider on Jackson to move up to the point.
Oh, wow. That was the how do you like me now right across the nose for the 14 of Woodard to the race lead. 95 and 87 having a great battle here for the third and fourth spots respectively as they roll off a 2 and down the back straightaway. This time, tick-tock, the race clock goes. Ward got way high, wide, and handsome off a 2. That time opened up the door of the 21D of Davis, goes by to 4th or 5th now. Good racing, really. Cars are spread out, David, but there's good door-to-door battles all throughout the racetrack right now.
Absolutely. Woodard and Jackson off on their own zip code up front, but you got a great battle back there for that third spot between Afton Wrinkle and Joe Henry Williams there in that 87. As the white flag is out, we got 1 lap remaining here in our opening heat race of the night.
Your opening race of the 2025 campaign here at Texarkana 67 Speedway, and it was a good one. It continues to be a good one for third as he rolled down the back straightaway. The 87 of Joe Williams going to dispose. Oh, and he has trouble into turn number 3. Slides the car to a sliding stop and makes contact with the infield tractor tire as the checkered flag is waved here high over to the Mandeville, Arkansas Knight, and your winner of heat race number 1 here for the factory stocks goes to the pilot of car number 14 of Robert Woodard. Coming home second, 39C led the first few laps and not the final few that mattered the most. Josh Jackson with a good run there, but man, Robert Woodard too tough to tame here in heat race number 1.
Yeah, unfortunate break there for Joe Henry Williams there. He started back in the 7th position, made his way all the way up there battling for that third spot. He ends up going to be a DNF, and he'll be starting to back now in the back of a B main. 2 B mains coming up later tonight. And correction there, we said 10 laps. Heat race tonight, 8 laps. 8 laps the distance here for our factory stock heat races. That one went quick, fast, and in a hurry. I tell you what, Zach.
It surely did, no doubt about it, as Robert Woodard is going to be scored the victor here for heat race number 1. Again, Josh Jackson comes home second in 39C. Afton Wrinkle and Toby Davis rounds out the top 4. Remember, race fans, it's not necessarily where these drivers finish. It's about how many cars they pass to get to where they finish with the USRA passing point system implemented into the game here tonight. As factory stock heat race number 2 gets ready to roll over the top of turn number 4, your pole sitter will be the pilot of car number 32 from Texarkana, Arkansas. It's the 32 of Tim Stanton. Outside of the front row from Hope, Arkansas, it's GOAT Jerry Stevens Jr. in 95. Head for the mountains of Busch Light Beer. The Eagle Distributing Busch Light Beer sponsor number 17, the Outlaw race car. Pro 1 Transmissions, Durham Lawn Care 17 from Texarkana, Texas. It's Bobby Jordan in 17. Outside of row number 2, car number 1, next from Texarkana, Arkansas, Dakota Sales.
In the third row inside, lining up there will be the number 18. That'll be out of Redfield, Arkansas. That'll be Bo Elrod. And to his outside, another wrinkle in the group here. It'll be Kylie Wrinkle, this time in the number 93.
Colby Cups lines up inside of the 4th row, starts 7th out of Texarkana, Texas, the 18K. And Chad Harris from Bauxite, Arkansas in car 64. So
again, look like these rules Tim's really worked hard on there, is bringing some of these Arkansas factory stocks down. Hoping all this will pan out for everybody this racing season. But a great car count here with 30 entries on our opening night of the factory stocks. So great car count here tonight. first race went quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we'll see if heat race number 2 can do the same here.
Again, David, then this will most likely be the rule package that is implemented here for the Mike Parker Memorial, June 12th through the 14th. Pays $20,000 to win this coming up here for the factory stocks. It's going to be a ton of fun with that. So this is going to be a great tune-up for each and every one of these drivers. Every time they hit the racetrack between now and June the 13th and 14th, all these drivers using this as a great tune-up for that big $20,000 payday.
Absolutely there, Zach. And I can't thank Simmons Bank enough for coming on as our series sponsor here. Simmons Bank, our first series sponsor of the season here at the 67 Speedway. All these 5 classes that are running for points already got $1,000 sitting there in their point series. We want to thank Simmons Bank for coming on as the title sponsor there.
Also want to thank A1 Towing and Recovery, a proud beer stand sponsor for 2025. Go see Paige and Miss Kelsey downstairs at the beer garden. They'll get you served up. They have Jello shots tonight. They have strawberry gummy Jello shots for only $1.50. Of course, we do not mind, David, if you have a cold beverage at the racetrack, as long as you're 21 years of age or older and you're respectful of everyone that sits north, east, west, and south of you.
Jello shot, strawberry Jello shots. So it looks like
Yes.
my son may have to drive me home later tonight there, Zach.
Blue. Well, we're gonna keep you in the game, sir. You're not allowed to straggle off there. So, but yeah, blue raspberry Jello shots as well as strawberry gummies. So y'all go give Paige and Miss Kelsey a visit, and they'll get you served up well. How about the beautiful Texarkana 67 Speedway pace truck, man? I don't want to call it the pace truck. What do we call it? The work truck?
That's a truck of all kinds.
The mascot.
There. You know, I tell you what, Tim's certainly proud of that truck there. And
It's beautiful.
Want to give a shout out to Pro Signs and Graphics, providing all the sign work here at the track, but also for wrapping that truck. They've done a great job with that. It says, "Follow me to the 67 Speedway." Great job with the wrap on that truck.
Great advertising, no doubt. If you ever see it driving around, y'all say hello to Tim. He is he loves to talk. He will talk to you about this racetrack, no doubt. He pours his heart into this place, and happy that Mother Nature spared us here tonight, or it certainly looks like it to this point. We never can be too safe here at this racetrack, but looks like the skies have parted, and we're good to go for the remainder of this dirt track Saturday night special here for opening night.
Looks like we're waiting on just 2 more cars there. I'm not quite sure what the holdup is. We are missing 2 at the time. We'll kind of see what's going on here. They're not able to make the call. Then the talented Miss Marla over here to our right will make some changes in the lineup, get these guys in the right spot, guys and gals. And that looks like to be the case. The pole sitter, Mr. Tim Stanton, doesn't look like he has made the call there in the 32. And I believe the whole front row there, Zach, may be the problem there. Is I'm not seeing it.
Well,
Is the 95 out there?
I don't think. Yep, I believe that's Jerry Stevens right there,
Okay,
the 95. So
there's
he's
Jerry
going to go.
Stevens.
He's going to elect to go to the tail. That's
Looks
going to.
like he's selecting to go to the rear. We're still missing 1 more, but
Well, you know what? If they're not there, then you know what? Then they snooze, you lose. If you don't make it, then guess what? You'll get to try again later. But you know what happened to me? If I didn't show up to class, I got a tardy. So. Yeah, let's just go, man. What are we doing? Again, the drivers, it is your responsibility to know where you need to be and what time you need to get there for your race. Obviously, heat race number 1 is in the books. Heat race number 2 is ready to roll. If you're in heat race number 3 or 4, then you got to know that you got to be ready to rock and roll, guys. That's a part of it. It's not up to anybody else except for you to take responsibility to be on the racetrack for when you need to get there. And I'll say that one time only for the remainder of 2025.
we'll try and hold you to that there, Zach. I know it can be tough sometimes. We're just as juiced up as any driver out there who's strapping into that seat. I mean, we're juiced up, we're fired up, we're ready to go up here in the booth tonight, that's for sure. You take a few months off all winter, you come back to the track, I mean, we're ready to go. Looks like lights are out, and we're going to go to the O'Reilly Auto Parts starting line, this time out of turn number 4. Joe will look them over, and the green flag is back out.
17 of Bobby Jordan's going to head straight to the mountains of Bush, rolling off the 2 down the back straightaway with the Busch Light Beer number 17 rolls down the back straightaway with a race lead here on the opening trip in the turn number 3 here on heat race number 2 for the factory stocks.
Dakota Sales in chase there in the number 1X. Chad Harris up to the 3rd spot in that 64. 18 of Elrod right down around the bottom in the 4th spot. Bobby Jordan there with a slight push coming out of 2. He allows Sales and Harris there to gain up to his back bumper. Sales going to look to the outside. Harris trying to get underneath him for the 2nd spot. Not able to get it done. And it's Jordan who will continue to lead them here in the 2nd heat race.
Solid race here. Your top 3 cars trying to break away from the field. Your initial pole sitter, the pilot of the number 18, has been relegated here back to the 4 spots. We roll back through 3 and off of 4 this time. Jordan has a little bit of difficulty getting off of 4. Continues to lead, though, in that Busch Light Team 5 Enterprise. Decide to Ride sponsor number 17. Good battle for 2nd, David. Shaping up here off of turn number 2.
Yeah, Harris with a strong move around the outside there in that 64 machine. Looked like something going to miss there for Dakota Sales as he'll pull it into the infield. He'll join Gary Stevens, who also had to pull in the field the lap before. We got 4 in, 4 remaining for Bobby Jordan out front.
Yeah, we're about to find out how bad, what the difference is between the factory stocks, the USRE factory stocks versus the Arkansas factory stocks. Right now, a USRE factory stock leads in the 17 in the form of Bobby Jordan over the 64 Chad Harris, who started shotgun on the field. The Bauxite Arkansas racer right now trying to reel in your race leader. He'll have time to do it, too. 3 laps to go. Let's see if he can get the job done as they exit 2 this time and head down the back straightaway. Jordan with a problem getting off of 2. Going to open up the door for the 64 as they roll back into 3.
They'll be looking to see the twin sticks this time coming out of turn number 4. 2 laps remaining. 2 cars battling hard up front. Will it be Jordan or will it be Harris?
64 able to carry much more head of steam through the corners of 17 with a major push off the exit of 2 in the 64. Harris from worst to first down the back straightaway. Rolling back into turn number 3. It's hitting up for the race lead. Bobby Jordan going to try to fight back around the bottom, but that may be all she wrote. To the doctor's jacket we go. Rolling back into 1 to 64. Harris has quickly thrown the entire field into the hip pocket, started worst, and rolled his way to the race lead in car number 64.
It'll be the Bauxite Arkansas driver, Chad Harris. He'll come around and pick up the checker flag here in our 2nd factory stock heat race of the night.
Bobby just a little too tight down there in the sludge. It's still a little. Still got a little bit of moisture around that bottom, David, down there in 1 and 2, as well as in 3 and 4. But I think it's a little bit slipperier down here in 1 and 2 and kind of wet, if you will. And those front tires just pushing out from underneath that 17 car was a tough go for the 17. Nonetheless, a solid runner-up finish, but not what he wanted for Bobby Jordan out of Texarkana. And how about a few-year winner, race fans of factory stock heat race number 2 from Bauxite, Arkansas? The driver of car number 64. Give him a hand for Chad Harris.
Give a shout out there, Chad Harris. He's sponsored by Southwest Classics, Club 20 Suspensions, 92 Graphics, Phillips Service, Dustin Stewart Collision Repair, Jeff's Automotive, Rodney Scooter Scruggs, Woods Racing, and Rocky Matthews, the sponsors there on that 64 machine for Mr. Harris.
Heat race number 3 now for the factory stocks. Lines up this way. Your pole sitter, the 8-time Cajun Classic winner, 3-time King of the Hill winner, Justin Whitehead. In the Repipe Pros Briscoe Glass Best Engines Outlaw Race Cars number 36J. To the outside of him, car number 75X of Andy Norman from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
In the 2nd row, it's the Hot Springs Hot Shoe driver, Mr. Keaton Atkinson in the 24K, and lining up to his outside. From the west side of the East End, Arkansas, it'll be Jason Sutherman in the 48G.
Well, that's a tough first couple of rows. Let's see what we find here in row number 3. You'll find the 44 Patrick Franks on the USRE factory stock, the number 44. And then starving for another victory, it's Gary Harvin in that Pro One Transmissions Durham Lawn Care number 25.
And rounding out the 3rd entry of the Wrinkle family, it'll be Ricky Wrinkle out of Star City, Arkansas in the 92, rounding out the field.
Really nice looking race car for the 92 for Ricky Wrinkle. We'll see what he can do from the tail of the field here. 7 cars ready to take 8 trips around the Mandeville, Arkansas Oval here. Heat race number 3 for the factory stocks. Again, 30 entries in the pits here tonight at Texarkana.
Well, this one's loaded and stacked. Zach, I tell you what, there's just names all the way through this field.
Absolutely. Justin Whitehead, the winningest driver at this racetrack, bar none, over the last 10 years. Keaton Atkinson has certainly solidified his name as one of the heavyweights in this division the last couple of years. The lights are out, we're underway.
It's going to be Whitehead. He'll get the big jump. He'll lead them down into turn 1 and 2. Keaton trying to work around that bottom, not able to get there. Norman able to hold him off through turn 2, 1, and 2 for the second spot.
See, don't let the looks fool you. I talked to Justin a little bit earlier. I said, this is the Arkansas factory stock. He has 2 of them. But this is certainly the Arkansas factory stock 36J. I think he's got a little more horse underneath the hood tonight for the best engines 36J car.
Keaton with that good move there. He moves up to the second spot. Norman will slide back to the third spot. Now moves Harvin. Started back in the 6th spot. He's up to the 4th position in the 25. Smotherman having some tough going right now. That 48G. We'll see if he can get it figured out. If he can slid back a few spots. And already got the right rear quarter panel wrinkled up on that machine.
Good to see Keaton Atkinson racing again here at Texarkana 67 Speedway. Loves to compete here as often as he can. Began his race career here on Friday nights here in the INCA Modified Division, racing with the likes of Drew Armstrong, and he had no other choice, David, but to get better when he raced with the likes of Drew week in and week out. And we really saw this young man develop into a really, really great young race car driver. And right now, trying to keep a beat on the 36J of Justin Whitehead for the race lead. But Whitehead doing what 36J does here at the home racetrack, trying to separate over Atkinson right now, who looks to continue to keep him honest into turn number 1.
Yeah, Atkin went for running around those modifieds there with Drew and the likes of those others. Now he's got to try and run down Whitehead. I tell you what, every class this young man's been in, he grades himself against guys like that. He'd like nothing more to stay right there with Whitehead and pick up a victory over him tonight.
Absolutely. Atkinson has a run into turn number 1. Found a little bit of a different line. Whitehead really good and finds a launch off the bottom of turn number 2. Heads down the back straightaway. Keaton's got Mandy Cook, Anthony, his father, all cheering on in Carlsbad, New Mexico, watching live tonight on RaceON, cheering on all the boys. Andrew Rossum driving in the factory stocks. We'll see him coming up here in the next heat race as well. And Andy Taylor in the 34 car.
It's been Whitehead the whole way so far. He'll come around. He'll see the white flag fly this time as he come out of turn number 4. 7 in, 1 remaining. It's Whitehead. Atkinson pulling right up to his rear now.
Can he do it, folks? Can he pull a rabbit out of the proverbial hat? He's found a little bit of something on the top shelf. He'll put the foot to the firewall, and that will have, well, I think that did it. Final time in the turns number 3. Atkinson swung out a little bit too high wide. Off of 2 that last time, and off of 4 to a face full of checkered flag. Justin Whitehead wins heat race number 3 for the factory stocks.
Whitehead doing just what you expect to see him to do here at the 67 Speedway. He picks up that heat race win. Mr. Whitehead, he's sponsored by Best Engines, A&T Delivery.